Hello again, Internet. It's me, Dave Walker, and I'm here at the Winter TV Tour in Southern California and doing some videos for the Television Critics Association. My guest this time is Emily Gagne, who writes for Yahoo Canada, and she's been working for the TCA and doing some of the social media, and I wanted to sort of talk about that a little bit because all of the TCA over the years and very recently has become a social media phenomenon. There's a torrent of information, tweets and posts coming out of here now. And I'll just say in the old days, since I'm qualified, it was stories written on IBM Selectrics and then faxed or maybe even dictated to newspapers back home. But it's become a different event that way, and Emily's helping get the word out. Thank you for doing this.
No problem.
What are the social media channels that people can follow for TCA News?
Well, our biggest one is Twitter, and that one's just official TCA. And then we also are on Instagram, which is official_TCA. And then we're also, if you just look up the Television Critics Association, we are on Facebook as well. But I think Twitter is a great one because that's where you're getting a lot of the live updates from our own members, so it's a great place to start. And I'm retweeting stuff all the time. I know you're posting some other content as well, so it's a great one. But we want followers on all of our platforms.
The Twitter stream's really interesting and controversial sometimes, but I've heard people who have never been here feel like they're sort of in the room when it's happening. So that's very cool, I think. And how are we doing as far as this tour goes? And do you have any handle on
well, I actually brought some stats with me.
You're prepared.
So that we could talk about it.
This is a first for the video.
Well, you told me ahead of time. So, so we're at like about 3,600 followers on Twitter, but we're growing. I think like when I had looked up the stats the other day, and I'm sure they've increased, we've like increased by at least 500 followers in the last month, and we're getting about 160K impressions on things. So that's really exciting. Our followers are about the same on Facebook as well, but like I said, we're posting different content there, so people are sharing it in different ways, but we're getting a lot of retweets, a lot of replies on and interactions specifically on Twitter. I think it's just because it's live, and then people, like for example, the other day we had a panel for the 100, and people were going crazy and trying to share all of the content we were sharing because they have such rabid fans, you know.
And I like how some writers are sort of soliciting questions from fans of shows, and then the fans of the shows are like not at all shy about sending comments and questions too through Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a cool way because, you know, we can only watch so many shows and we can only follow so many shows so specifically because even if you're watching them, like, you know, you might have to be taking notes, doing 50 other things at the same time, especially while you're here. So it's great to have that specific perspective from fans who can, you know, might have a perspective that we wouldn't have as journalists, or a passion that we might not have for a show, you know?
Or for specific characters or story points or whatever, Well, speaking of passion, what is there something you're watching now or something that you're looking forward to, something maybe we've previewed here, a show that you could recommend to folks, something you would watch even if you didn't have to? If
I didn't have to. I really want to get into Mr. Robot. We just had a panel for Mr. Robot. I haven't watched it, but I've heard great things. But I'm interested for the panel tomorrow on Grease Live because I'm fascinated by these live productions. I loved The Wiz Live, which was NBC's. NBC is here today, and they talked about their new live production, which is Hairspray for next year. But I'm fascinated with what they're doing with that. Yeah,
I'm really interested in Hairspray because it's a more contemporary kind of musical, and there was some criticism of that choice, but I'm sort of looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to how they're experimenting with live television because I think, like, I know for myself, I don't always watch stuff live, especially because I have to watch so much content for work. It's like, you know, it's tough to just sit down and give yourself to a show in that moment. But these things, like, they lend to that, and you have to watch them live or else you're missing out, you know? It's like theater.
Right. And it's the social media sing-along, play-along thing. Too, which is a fascinating phenomenon. Okay, well, how can people find your work? What are some addresses where people can find what you do?
Well, they can go to @Emily Gagne, that's EMILYGAGNE. That's my Twitter handle, and that's where I'm most active. But you can also go to literally emilygagne.com, and that's where I have most of my writing. You can also find my work on Yahoo Canada. Also, I write for Hello Giggles and the Mary Sue as well.
Great. Thanks so much for doing this.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye.